I will definitely.
On behalf of the Idaho Travel Council, we would like to present 3 to Southern Idaho Tourism, Stay and Play in Southern Idaho brochure, your Southern Idaho Tourism Images ad, and website. Particularly noted, your use of YouTube is muchly liked.
Thank you. Thank you. I know Karen's going to start my timer, but I'm going to speak while I'm handing these out. I'm Sean Berger. I'm actually the president and CEO of the Twin Falls Chamber of Commerce, and I'm here today representing Southern Idaho Tourism, our regional travel organization. You guys have to share these two amongst the 3 of you. Debbie apologizes she couldn't be here. She actually teaches classes with the hospitality program at CSI, and they have finals this week. So she's giving finals to students. So she asked if I would make the presentation today. I am a previous grantee at the Twin Falls Chamber, but as you all know, last year we as a region decided to present one grant proposal for the entire region. So that again is what we are proposing. I do serve on the Southern Idaho Tourism Board of Directors, so I do have a tie there in case you were wondering about that. So thank you for the ribbons, and what a perfect segue, because I'm going to make you open these magazines I just handed you. So if you open the very front page, the gatefold there, you see we're all over the map, so you don't have to be. And then you open it up inside, and you see all the activities in our region. And I point that out because on that gatefold cover, you see all of our chambers of commerce in South Central Idaho listed out there. For the first time, all of the chambers were cash partners this year in our tourism promotion. We had cash from every one of these, even the smallest, like Lincoln County, which barely got a chamber together this past year. We're able to put some money in. So there is a lot of good partnership going on. And when you turn to the center section, our Stay and Play section, I'm going to speak to that in just a moment as well. As you go through that, you'll see under the Find section in each area there a listing of different attractions, restaurants, lodging places, and those types of things. Those 2 were all of our partners last year in participating in the activities. So you all have a copy of the grant. I'm going to skip the mundane stuff on the front end, jump right to marketing under element 3. And the goals that we've set for this year have some measurable outcomes. First, to increase our lodging tax collections in the region by 1.5% year over year. Increase the page views on visitsouthIdaho.com by 5% year over year. Increase the number of visitors accessing the hotel and lodging property information through the website by 4% year over year. And then to create a public relations presence in regional publications, and really to use this year as sort of a baseline establishment of that. I know in listening to some of the presentations this morning, folks like Sam Point and here in Lewiston have had a lot of success with PR. So Lewiston, watch out. You might not be the #1 outdoor destination come next year with our PR campaigns, because in Twin Falls and the Twin Falls region, you can do a lot of that outdoor stuff, whether it's taking a stroll on the Canyon Rim trails and checking out Shoshone Falls, which by the way are flowing very nicely right now. You should come visit. Or you can actually strap on a parachute and jump off the bridge, and we'll let you do that too. And for those of you who have always wanted to do that, we have a new company in Twin Falls, just started business this year called Tandem Base. You can actually tandem base jump, so you don't have to have any experience anymore. Just bring your $299. You strap onto the back of a base jumper, and they jump you off the bridge. So exciting stuff there. Again, following a lot of the same kinds of activities that we did last year with our marketing activities. Again, the Stay and Play visitor guide, which is in the center of our images section. This year, we actually would like to expand that to a 16-page piece. And before you say, holy cow, they're going to spend a whole lot more money, what we're doing is eliminating a lot of other things that we do now. A lot of one sheets that we do for Twin Falls, and a one sheet for Jerome County, and one sheet for Mini-Cassia that we hand out at our visitor centers and send out with fulfillment packages. What we'd like to do is make this a 16-page section that encompasses all of that. Also create them as PDFs available on the website, so you can download one at a time if you want, and have those available for visitors as they come into our region. So that would be the 10,000 that we do in images, plus an overrun of about 2,500 and give those out as fulfillment pieces. Again, that would be with cash match partners from primarily the Chambers of Commerce, and then certainly those attractions and properties that are listed in there. Cooperative advertising, again, following sort of the same strategy we've had this year with some known quantities like Sunset Magazine, which has been very effective this year in generating a lot of leads for information. And then the always and other opportunities that may present themselves. But I'm going to give you an example of that so that it doesn't sound like a catch-all. Shoshone Falls, as you all know, is a wonderful attraction in Idaho that flows for maybe a month a year if you're lucky. But yet we tout it all the time as this wonderful thing to come see. And truthfully, we disappoint our visitors most of the time when they come to Twin Falls because they want to see this Niagara of the West, and we say it's a beautiful park too, and why don't we spend some time doing some other things here? So this month, for example, we didn't know last May when we wrote this grant whether Shoshone Falls would be flowing this May. So when we found out that flows were going to start up, we actually created a TV spot. We have a campaign running in Boise and in eastern Idaho right now, telling people the falls are flowing, now's the time to come to Twin. By the way, you can also whitewater raft in the Murtaugh section, which is rarely available for floating. And here are all the other things to do. Go to our website. We didn't know about that a year ago, so that's an opportunity that presented itself. And what we did is using this sort of lump sum of money for marketing, targeted some marketing there, and actually got the city of Twin Falls bought in as a cash partner because it's their park and they make some money on it, and our outfitters did as well. So that's an example of that. One other item that's listed in there is a little muddy right now, and that's Allegiant Air. So Allegiant offers flights now from Las Vegas to Twin Falls. They've actually suspended for the summer, but they'll resume those flights in late September this year. And we've had some interest from the Sun Valley company in doing some joint marketing in the Las Vegas market to draw people to Twin Falls and Sun Valley on those return flights. They're discount flights. It's really a really good deal, but we think there's some opportunity to tap that market. Idaho Falls also has these Allegiant flights to Las Vegas, and then Phoenix and Long Beach. And so what we're proposing is that collectively we come together to develop a campaign that can promote Idaho as a destination for these other areas using Allegiant. Again, we don't know exactly what it looks like yet, but that's what we'd like to do. And Debbie did have a conversation with Josh McCullough as well about the potential, once state co-op is figured out for this year, of being able to, if there's money left over in that state co-op program, to potentially co-op that all in. So that was that's what that money was. And like I said, Debbie talked to Josh just last week about that and said that as we get closer to awarding, you would know what kind of funds might be available. So that's a flexible piece. We'd like to do the collective effort, but setting an actual budget to it is probably a little fluid right now. And again, the public relations, I think, is going to be a new opportunity for us to do some of the things we've seen success in other parts of the state, with a really concerted effort in doing that PR. The final element that I think is probably a little confusing, and I actually spoke to Debbie this morning and told her that I found it confusing, is the website and online. So what I actually think we're going to do is separate a couple of the things in here as separate elements. So I'm going to speak to one right now, and that's the mobile app. I'm sure as you read through this, the goal is to develop a mobile application for smartphones that would mirror the content that's available on the website, but to do that, a lot of that has to be redesigned so that it is compatible with the smartphone technology. So, for example, as I flew up last night, I was on my iPhone checking in on my Delta flight using the mobile app, which is very easy to use on my phone. Then I switched to the Delta website because I needed to try to find another piece of information, and it was nearly impossible for me to search around and find that on my phone. So that's what a lot of this web updating, site updating, integration kind of stuff is really kind of redesigning the way the existing content is on there so that it's compatible with the app. So that's one piece. And then separate of that, that there is a funds request there for continuation of the online video content that we've been producing over the last several years, both through the Twin Falls Chamber Grant and now with the Southern Iowa Tourism, and repurposing that video and pushing it out on social networking sites. So that's sort of a separate activity, and I don't think that's clear, so I'm going to help Debbie rewrite that, and we'll do it as 2 items. I think I'm about out of time, so with that, I will turn it over. I'll turn it over for any questions you may have, and I will do my darndest to answer them, and if I don't have an answer, I will get with Debbie and have her get back.
I think we just have a typo on here, and I think Renee spotted it as well. Region 5 would love to help you out with the Legionnaire, but I don't think we're going to get any grand dollars for this on that one.
All right, I will let her know that.
May I add, Mr. Chair, Sean? Yeah, if that's clarified, it would help to probably discuss with the other grantees involved to put it in their applications as well.
Right, and I caught Rob at lunchtime, so.
What we spoke about yesterday with the bookkeeping part of this, that there's a, we started to talk with Sean, he has a spreadsheet, he has figured all this out, that he can help with that.
Awesome,
I'll follow up.
awesome.
And one other item too on the match partners. Debbie has this listed as a lump sum right now of match partners. We know we have certain match partners, like the Chambers of Commerce, for example, the outfitters. While we may not have a detailed list of everybody we know who's going to buy into something over the next 15 months after this 3 months of waiting for the award, we will list out the ones that we know.
Other questions?
No questions?
Very good.
All right, thank you, and thanks for the ribbons. I will pass those along to Debbie.